This is Basic Fundamentals Baluns. So what is a balun, and why would I be interested in it? By definition, a balun is an electrical device that converts between a balanced signal, two signals working against each other, where ground is irrelevant, and a balanced signal, a signal working against ground. A balun can take many forms. It may include devices that also transform impedance, but need not necessarily do so. Transformer-type baluns can also be used to connect lines of different impedance. The origin of the word balun is balanced to unbalanced. So you're thinking, how does a balun affect me? Well, let's put it this way. You've probably used baluns and didn't even know it. Have you ever listened to music or watched television? Then you've used a balun. The television, for example, is connected to an antenna. Even if you have cable TV, the cable provider is hooked to some kind of antenna, whether it be a satellite antenna or an over-the-air antenna. In the case of the over-the-air antenna, that antenna uses a balun similar to this. This is a standard 300 to 75 ohm balun. In the case of music, baluns are used extensively. Baluns like this are used on microphones and musical instruments to change their analog signal into something that can be picked up by the digital processor. This is the most common schematic symbol for a balun. The left side on this symbol is the unbalanced side, while the right side is the balanced side. The easiest way to tell the difference is due to the ground label on the unbalanced side. There are basically two types of baluns that we use in ham radio. They're the 1-to-1 and the 4-to-1. Both are constructed very differently. Let's look first at the 1-to-1 balun. The 1-to-1 balun is very simple. From the center conductor of the coax, you connect to the A lead. Then you come out of the A lead, at which point you put a connector to the output. You also connect to the B lead. You then come out of the B lead and go to the connector for the C lead. At this point, you pick up the ground from the coaxial cable. Coming out of the C lead, that is your final connection to the antenna. So A and B will be one leg of the output, and C will be the other leg of the output, and the input on A and C will be the input. So once we're done, it should look something like this. The coaxial cable coming in the bottom, and the antenna itself coming out the top. The 4-to-1 balun is also very simple. You come out of the coax, and you immediately put a terminator for the antenna output, as well as connecting to the A lead. Coming out of the A lead, you put a connection to ground of the coax, as well as the second connection to the B lead. When you come out of the B lead, that becomes your final antenna connection. So therefore our output is on the input of the A lead, as well as the output of the B lead. And our input is on the input of the A lead and the output of the A lead, as well as the input of the B lead. Once you've built your 4-to-1 balun, it should look something like this, with the coaxial on the bottom and the antenna lead on the top. Also, a prime example of a 4-to-1 balun is your TV antenna matching transformer, which is a 300 to 75 ohm balun. So what are the 1-to-1 and 4-to-1 baluns typically used for? The 1-to-1 balun is typically used for a resonant dipole. It helps keep the current off the feed line, so the antenna looks like an antenna and the feed line is like feed line. The 4-to-1 balun, on the other hand, is typically used for a multi-band dipole in conjunction with an antenna tuner. It allows for multiple resonant points on a random wire, and that's the basics on baluns. There are numerous types of baluns, as well as current baluns, coaxial baluns, the list goes on and on. I hope this video has been helpful, and 7 3s from N9LVS.